quite a good matchup for Alchemist if they're both just trying to farm, because he'll just follow you around and just use your skeletons as free, like, triple Midas.
Yeah, it always feels like whenever you're up against an Alchemist that you're really on a timer, because unless you really shut him down, this guy is just gonna start running away with the net worth, and all of a sudden he's online a lot faster than you are.
The battle begins.
Yeah, I actually think he fits this meta pretty well. It's just that there's a lot of heroes that make his job really difficult, like Timbersaw, the Bat Riders, these heroes that either dominate him in lane or just consistently run at him all game. So as like an 8th, 9th pick in a game where they don't have any of those, I think Al can be one of the scariest heroes this entire patch, because even though he is considered a hard farmer and a lot of the carries we're seeing are the Jugs, the Slarks, these more mid-game heavy carries, Alchemist doesn't really need to farm for very long to have impact in the game. He can build 1 or 2 items like the Battle Fury into SNY, Battle Fury BKB. We've seen some people go Radiance, but once you have those items, you're up and running, you're ready to join fights if need be.
Is this one of these situations where it's not a cheesy pick, right? But it's kind of like a gotcha pick that you pick it last. Not exactly like a Meepo, but it definitely feels like if you get the perfect storm of a draft, it's just so good.
I might even classify Alk as cheese.
You think so?
Yeah, he's just like Brood in the sense that you don't need to deal with the spiders in lane. Like, it's not a lane cheese. It's if you can't deal with his timing, it's that kind of cheese. You know, so. Cheese, I feel like, is subjective to every Dota player. I personally can look at a draft, and if Alk looks like it's gonna have a free game, he's a hero that's capable of single-handedly winning the game for his team. So those are the kind of heroes I fit into cheese. You know, Meepo can solo carries, but he'd flash.
He's fine. He's got that Spirit Siphon going on.
I was like, I'm almost done. Yeah, he's capable of solo carrying the game, despite any other picks in the game. So that's why I would put him in cheese.
Okay, all right. Very interesting to know. Feels like they're getting away with a lot here in this top lane. You know, Uker, of course, is on his classic Mars. This is one of his best heroes, I'd say. And I'm really glad to see it, because we saw another couple games earlier, actually, for the lower div, where they gave him very... not Uker heroes. Like, they gave him a Nature's Prophet, I think, at one point. They gave him an Underlord, and, like, the Underlord was great because he's a bit tankier, but I feel like Uker really likes to be up in the faces of everyone, and so I feel this is a better choice. Cancel's trying to outplay Nthaki here, and I don't think he's going to be able to, because that's the first blood.
I was about to say, we're about to decide the game right now as we see, you know, the 1v1, you know, battle to death in the mid lane. But the one thing that's nice about playing against Alchemist in lane is whatever offlaner you are, most of the time you pretty much free farm. As Ember just feeds himself to the tower as a way to deny the experience, I think, while like giving himself a full bottle and refill. Before he didn't miss any creeps for this, basically.
No.
But you do free farm if you're against Alk as an offlaner. As you see, Mars is #1 on the CS charts. Alk doesn't really do anything to you. I like he's gone for this boxy build that we've seen, where he just went Bracer at the start of the game on Mars, going for a second Bracer. Only thing Alk really does is poke you down with Acid Spray. Same with DP with her Quick Storm and Spirit Siphon. So all you gotta do is sustain through that stuff, and he can be as aggressive as he wants.
Definitely feels like the Rubik has to play a little bit more careful in that lane, but bottom lane too, a little bit of pressure being placed on Not2Fix. Top lane, they turn back around. Flash gets the kill on Uker before going down himself. But now Khan does need to be careful. He's got himself the Fairy Fire. Killimancer wants it though, and the Fade Bolt comes out, and down he goes.
It's a bloodbath so far.
I like it.
Now, with the heroes I saw, I wasn't really expecting one. We got a lot of farming heroes in this game, so
That's
it's
true.
kind of surprising.
That is true. I've been a little disappointed. The CIS games have been very like calm and calculated. It's not the CIS that I remember, so it's fun to see, you know, over here, EU lower, a lot of action early. But this is the problem with being Alina, because you have Desire all smoked up over here, and she is a very gankable hero.
Gonna get herself an Arcane Rune though. That's pretty nice.
It's a good rotation here. I feel like we don't really see the action start happening until, well, you know, I say that as they kick him right back under the tower, followed up with the chain side step away, cancel. They need a little bit more damage. They just don't quite have it. Is going to be able to go charge back up again using that bottle. I was going to say, usually we don't see that stuff going through until, you know, like the 5-minute mark is when we start to really see the supports rotate.
Yeah, I think they know that the volatility of this mid lane matchup is going to weigh a lot on the results of this game, so that's why they're participating even earlier than normal. And I honestly think the difference here is that Cancel got salved by his Rubik, and Ember did not get that same treatment, so he's going to be bullied out of lane temporarily. He's skipping the Flame Guard, electing to go purely for the Sleight of Fist and Chains. So he wants to be played around, is what that tells me, because the Flame Guard's the farming build, while the Sleight Fit Chains is the all-out aggression build.
Well, Flash is going to get chased away here over in the top rune spot, and looks like, no, it's going to be Killimancer who gets himself another kill here.
Didn't even get the bounty, so that's what feels bad, but you gotta respect what he was doing for his Alk, as he knows that Alk really likes those bounty runes, and he was willing to sacrifice his life for it.
It's all about keeping the Alk happy, right? Keeping your cores happy. Not getting reported and then having to
yeah, I was about to say,
get the Overwatch
report. You read my mind there.
Mid lane though, it's seems to have stabilized a little.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He failed to fill his bottle. Flash.
That's a report right there.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're now at 9,000 conduct score.
And the stun over on the side. Flash making his way over. Just uses the Spirit Siphon. Let's put a little bit of that damage out. Races up here. Grabs up the Invis rune. So there'll be no bottle refilling for the Lina right now.
Amber's feeling a bit bad about that report now, but he's still a bit sour because he just died to the
Yeah.
I don't know if that one was on cam, but
I don't know what
he
happened.
just walked up and got Laguna to the face.
Oh, I bet Lena's getting her
not
bottle
a single
refill.
right click, not a single other nuke, just straight up Laguna.
Top lane, Flash throwing out the silence. Is getting chunked down though, as Killimancer gets yet another kill here. Blink in the bottom lane, having to fend off the boys. So they're chasing them right past the tower. They'll go and they'll pop the fortification.
I feel like Alk should consider TPing into that bottom tower just to clean up all those skellies. That's so much gold.
I mean, he's
Help
got a
defend,
pretty
too.
uncontested area right now though, too. So if he goes down there,
That's
they're probably
true.
going to try to make some plays.
That's probably the NA carry speaking to me here. You could give your offlaner solo XP, or you could get all the gold.
No, it's not looking great though down here. Runic is just trying to trade off with Desire, and he's gonna actually go down. And Taki coming back in again as they just everybody rotating. They have the stun, they have the chains. Down goes Runic. So too greedy here in this bottom lane, but they do force the T-Please out.
Yeah. 2 out of 4 chance to get those chains on the Wraith King as he's TPing. So he's got the RNG gods on his side today.
Sometimes you just gotta play those odds. All right, so. It's just, you know, it's funny because we had this very aggressive start to the game, and now it feels like everyone's backing off a little bit, right? Like, you just want to make space for Khan. Khan wants to be able to just hit creeps, do his thing. Throws down the Acid Spray on Killimancer. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but this is not looking super great here for the Lina. She is silenced, turns back around, lands the LSA, and Taki just goes right past, but Uker's here. He's going to be able to go. Oh, he can't save her. Taki gets the final hit off.
Is under attack.
Yeah, what you were seeing top with Killimancer is what T-Gov, I believe, was talking about on the panel, where none of these heroes really want to invade Alk. They can't do it if they're super low armor int heroes. Like, they actually just die while they're trying to take his farm away. As Khan's being a bit of a bully.
Yeah, but they have
They're trying
backup
to
here.
make
They've
space
got
for
Flash
himself.
and Desire staying nearby. Runic has to be very careful. Okay, it's not going to quite be able to connect with the roll. Looks like they'll back off.
And meanwhile, bottom tower went down to Blink. So that feels really good as a Beastmaster. That'll naturally lead to the mid lane tower going down somewhat soon. You always just push in bottom lane, and then Radiant gets to shiver their timbers as they don't see you at all, and they just know you're coming, but eventually somebody's gonna die to that roar. And we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
What a phrase. Shiver their timbers. That's not one I've heard in a while.
I was trying to think of a PG version of what I was gonna say.
I like it, for sure. The lift up, though, tossing right back over onto Khan. Runic, he needs some help, though, as in comes Antaki with the double damage. He's going to run them forward. The follow-up, though, here from Cancel. They're going to be able to push them back. Couple of these lights around. Antaki thinking about going back in again. Khan just going and hitting the creeps, doing what an alchemist does. Yeah, the pings are coming out. They're considering it. Ooh, Kilomancer, very lucky that he didn't fall there. And I think this is something that I know Kyle harps on about Cancel. God, he really wants to kill a Kilomancer. Is that Cancel has this tendency to show up to a lot of fights and not necessarily take the time to use the space to farm. Spear gets tossed out here, kick right back. Oh, Uker, this is not looking good for you, my friend, as the flight comes through, and down goes the God of War. Flash, though, over here on the side. Spirit siphoning up, trying to heal throughout. It's not going to be able to, though. It's just a little bit too much damage as Zentaki. He's using those bottle charges with thinking about chasing after the Oracle, but like you said, Brian, over here, Blinks putting pressure on the tower. Does lose some of his menagerie. They go back in on
make
this?
something happen with that Rubik Roar. I think it's not too uncommon of tier 2 Dota players to change the way they play during officials. You're in a team atmosphere. You want to make sure you're not letting your team down, and rather than prioritizing your own game and what your hero needs to be successful, you'll try to make extra moves in order to feel more team-oriented. And the thing is that officials aren't really any different than pubs, other than the fact that you're able to communicate what you're doing rather than just doing. So I think that's a tough thing. I've struggled with it myself, so hearing Kyle talk about Cancel like that since he was on his team, I don't think that's very uncommon. I think people underestimate the pressure people put on themselves just being with people they respect, honestly. A lot of times we are able to do our own thing in pubs because we view our pub teammates very lowly.
Yeah, that's always fun when you hear the guys talking. They're sitting in the lobby, like my analyst sitting next to me, and they're just like, yeah, I've got like 5 of these guys muted already. Very different mentality in the pubs for sure. Khan, again, just doing what an alchemist loves to do. Hitting away over on the creeps. Runic trying to make his own rotation here to the top lane, trying to get some tower damage down. He is getting a good chunk here. Surprised that nobody is really, you know, bothering to rotate, but... yeah, down it goes. So there is a tower going over to the side of the burjui boys.
I do think this is a bit of a mistake from Khan. I usually don't want to participate too much on Alchemist, but specifically against Wraith King, it's so efficient for you to just stop his pushes, because you, like I said, you just get so much gold. So a bit surprised that he let his own tower go down when he could just be defending it while also getting probably more farm defending it.
Ooh. Smoke is up over here on Desire and Blink. They're looking to make moves over on this mid tower. They do have a Hawk nearby. Should be able to just take that down. Cancel still waiting patiently. Does have that invis, but he is underneath a ward. And he's going to know it now for sure. Still smoked up on the side. Blink does show himself over here. So use the chains over on the Rubik. He'll be able to purge them off. No one hard committing just yet, although Zentaki, he wants to go in. He's been after Kilomancer, I feel like, so much. LSA, the landing, plus the Laguna coming out on the side. Can they take down Flash Phantom? No, they can't. Roar comes out, followed up with the Magnetize, and burjui's just doing so much here. Kilomancer, though, he stole it. They'll follow up, though, with the Arena coming out. Uker, he just can't do enough damage as Lina on the back lines. Chancel, he is forced to run away. They'll try to go through some of these charges. The Slight comes through. Down goes Kilomancer. And Runic, oh, Runic, he's left alone in no man's land. There are so many things here that want to kill him. He's trying really hard to go an armlet toggle here. Not going to be enough, though. These ghostly ladies are doing too much as Blink now rolls away. The roll coming in, though, from Desire with the kick back. Blink now has to be a little bit careful. He's sitting a bit low, and you can see Lina already make her way over. They go and they nuke down Blink, followed up with a nice LSA. Down will go Desire, as Zentaki is now forced to run away, and the misclick comes out. Come on, boys. As Zentaki has to flee this fight. Speaking of pub behaviors.
Yeah, let's call the rulebook on that one, as he did GG in all chats.
Pretty sure PPD did something very similar in one of his games.
I remember right when those used to come out, I was still on a team, and I couldn't stand when my teammates would do that, because what happens is it flashes up on your screen saying, are you sure you want to give up or whatever, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, right in the middle of your screen.
Oh, no.
So everyone on No Bounty Hunter is just trying to team fight, trying to run away, fend for themselves. Alchemist is farming, and this just a message pops up in the middle of your screen. It's super frustrating sometimes.
I'm sure it is. It just feels like they're not hitting any breathing room on the side of burjui. Yeah, they're up kills, but Again, the disparity is getting larger and larger for this Alchemist, sitting at 8.7k currently, 6.3 over on the Wraith King. Gonna have runes coming up very soon too, so perhaps we'll see some more fighting come out around those. But Tucky has just been on the hunt with Desire pretty frequently.
And the doomsday clock is ticking as they look to maybe make it delayed a bit, maybe a day or two here. In Dota time, it's about a minute as they are smoked up. Nope, they're gonna give up. Flash is stacking Ancients. That's the dream. Nothing better to do on support than just stack some Ancients for a Battle Fury carry.
Definitely feels good. But yeah, just kind of passively farming right now, just letting Alk get what he needs. Now has hit 10k net worth. I do feel like the Ember and the Earth Spirit have definitely been making these moves together, and I like the way that they've been playing the map here.
Yeah, they've definitely taken upon themselves to sacrifice their farm a tad just to enable the Alk to have all the space that he could ever want. Hopefully he'll repay the favor if the game lasts long enough by giving them their Ag Scepters. One of the biggest buffs to Alk is that Ag Scepters that he provides now give the stats as well, which is super nice. That's just an extra 400 health and a little bit of damage.
Very nice. Mid lane, though, they're putting a little bit of pressure. Exorcism did get used in the bottom lane. It looks like they're not even going to contest it. As Khan picks up that BKB. All right, I spoke too soon. Desire's here. Desire's ready. Acid Spray is stolen by Killimancer. But they can't fully go for it, and they managed to take the tower while this is all going on.
That's the power of Alchemist. He's the same as Medusa. They both want to defend their own mid tower so that they can keep farming their triangle in the camps nearby that mid tower. And they both have a pretty decent way of doing it. The only way to really stop them is to be able to kill them. And now that Khan has that BKB, anytime that the Radiant squad tries to take that mid tower, I'm sure he'll plant himself right in front.
Well, he's definitely planting himself in the mid lane right now. Finds himself the skeleton. He's, oh, look at that. Making it rain.
Again. Oh, no, don't let him run away. Nice.
That's efficiency right there. It's a good teammate.
I think you got to be really careful with your skeletons as a Wraith King. It's hard because they kind of just have a mind of their own, but...
Uh-oh. Killimancer, the roll through from Desire, the kick back over on the side, the Spirit Siphon, and Flash gets a kill. Uker getting into position. He's silenced up, though. He's not going to be able to go and get the arena off. They are forced to run away. This Oracle, he's trying to buy himself a little bit more time, but they have a decent amount of damage. Just forced to use his own ultimate on himself as Uker finding that opening, but then he immediately gets roared over here. So he's not going to be able to do too much. Luckily, Cancel, though, he does have the damage. He'll be able to take down Blink, but he already got his spells off. LSA coming through. They'll be able to chase them back just a little bit, but Nantaki's doing so much damage over on the backside. They'll find the kill on Cancel. They found the kill on Uker. Desire just rolls on out Autobot. Runa gets a big crit, but they need to get him out of there. They're missing some of their very important players. And Alk just continues to get richer.
Yeah, Khan just walked in with his ultimate BKB popped, hit somebody maybe twice, and then walked away. And that was his impact in the fight, but he did draw a lot of attention to himself. And that seems like enough at this stage in the game. And that's a bit scary that the carry can be there, be this farmed, have very little impact other than just soaking up some damage and have the team fight still go your way.
Who just picked up the Holy Locket? Ooh, Death Prop. All right. Interesting.
That's a nice item. They don't have a normal save for Alchemist. Usually you like to have the Oracle on your side. So this is a pseudo save to maybe just keep them alive through that initial burst, because they do have a lot of initial burst from the Lina as well as the Mars Arena combo. But if he does hit that critical threshold on Alchemist where he gets this AC, maybe a Heart of Tarask or a Sanjin Yasha or Abyssal Blade, something that just gives them a little bit more HP. I think they won't be able to chew through that just raw health pool unless they do it in the first second or two.
Uker not quite on task there with that spear. Does reveal he's got that Blink Dagger again. And we got those Necro 3s online.
The stacks. Can't miss the stack farming. Oh, feels so good to watch carries farm stacks. I don't know why. You know, that's one of those feelings we can never explain.
Could it be because you're a carry and you really enjoy getting the gold from stacks? That seems like
I just love hearing the ding, 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 ding.
Does sound nice, especially when you're support though too, when you hear that they're taking it. Roar though gets used over onto Cancel, be able to immediately purge it off using the Oracle ultimate, but they just walk away. So yes, the Roar is down, but you're still not able to quite grab anyone here.
Yep, they're farming mid, they're farming bottom. Almost everybody on the Radiant side is top. This is definitely good efficiency for no bounty hunter.
Roll in, they found themselves the king here. Runic turns around, throws out the Wraith Fire Blast. The roll forward though coming out from Desire manages to get the Magnetize off. Kentucky joining in the fight, manages to take down Atufix, so there's no extra save here for this Wraith King Khan. He's a big boy here, and there's a big arena over on the side, so they're gonna be able to do some damage to Kentucky. And now it's just this Wraith King versus Khan. Killiman's trying everything he can. He doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of mana though. They just keep chipping him down. Down he goes. Runic is dead. Khan chasing after Killimancer now. Flash joining into the fight. Does have the Exorcism up and rolling. This is a dead Rubik.
Honestly, this is when you know the pressure is getting to the players a bit. That Wraith King had 500 gold on top of his Radiance, and yet his courier was just flying out. So he's clearly very distracted or pressured by what's going on in the game, as he should have had that Radiance for that fight. And instead, he was in the middle of the fray for a solid 10-15 seconds. That's a lot of damage that he was missing out on.
I mean, they did manage to kind of split it nicely. They did get the kill on Nantaki, but again, you can't be having your core die like that, especially when you're up against the Alk. Look at how much more net worth this guy has.
Yeah, this isn't just because I'm a carry player. Usually, in the mid game, if one team's carry dies and the other team carry gets 1 or 2 kills and lives, it's a pretty drastic shift in momentum for the game.
Cancel. They use the Roar. You're not getting away this time, Cancel.
Yeah, they're gonna hit this timing so hard. They've got the AC on Alk, so much physical damage coming out from him and the Medallion on Beastmaster and that Aura. I think this game honestly is gonna be over pretty quick here, because that pushing power from the Death Prophet ultimate coming out in 50 seconds, it's going to be overwhelming.
God, just watching them play with Atufix makes me think they're playing with their food. Like, they're just walking into the base, chasing them down. Yeah, look at those. The summons just...
Meanwhile, Alk just killing a tower.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, well, they're down their Oracle, no buyback. Illimancer's going to be up in a moment. Lena's up in a second as well, but I just don't know how they take down all of them, right? You saw like Ukar had a really nice arena splitting the fight earlier. You had Lena there, you had the Laguna Blade, so you're able to take down the Ember, but there's just not a solution for the rest of the squad, it seems.
I guess I was mistaken. He only had the Relic gold. It looked like, I thought he had the Radiance because his Relic was his only thing in his quick buy, as he still doesn't have it. 50 gold off. Are they really going to do this to him?
No, Runic might be able to get the kill on Flash, but Ntaki is here. Blink coming forward again. They get off the Exorcism. Ukar has to be careful. They do manage to burst down Ntaki, but over on the side, Killimancer will fall. And now Ukar, he's just being held against. Oh, down he goes. And up comes Runic, and right back down goes the Wraith King. Basher picked up now from Khan. Tower is taken. Things are looking real good for the no bounty hunters. Are they gonna go in the Roche for this? Looks like it.
Freight train is operating on all cylinders. As Alchemist, it just becomes so overwhelming so quickly. Turns out that a lot of items are very strong in Dota. And Alchemist is the perfect example because his overall kit doesn't really do anything in terms of carrying. He doesn't have any steroids per se. Yeah, his ultimate makes him attack a little bit faster. He's got a little bit of minus armor. But compared to a lot of carries, the only thing he's got is the fact that he gets way more items. And you're seeing in these fights, the armor aura from AC, his teammates have 5 more, the opponent has 5 less. That 10 armor shift 23 minutes in the game is something that really only see on, I say Lycan as like the only other hero that can buy in a Soul Cuirass this early. And we saw what Ice Frog already did to him. I think Alchemist isn't nearly as broken as Lycan was prior, but it's the same idea. You just get so much efficiency out of these items, and you usually have to delay these like 5,000 gold items on carries because you just can't afford to rush them.
Well, I mean,
But
we
on
talked
heroes
about
like Alk,
this.
you just do.
We talked about this earlier, right? We asked, you know, I asked, is this kind of like a cheesy pick? Because it's not something that you see very commonly getting picked up. And you said, you know, in the right circumstances, yes, it absolutely is. Oh, hold that. Blink. The Roar comes out. They want to just get rid of Ukar here. See the Ember just zipping in and out real quickly. So the rest of the team, the roll forward again. Runic over here. He doesn't have the reincarnation up for another 16 seconds. BKB gets popped over here on Antiki. Can they kill him fast enough before that reincarnation comes up? It's not looking good, but they might be able to go and get themselves a kill on cancel. Runic, 8 seconds. Can they find the slight comes through? Down goes Runic. And look at the smiles. All smiles over there on that team. Taki's real happy there.
1,000 gold lead per kill. That's a nice little stat. That's about all the input I got here. As looks like a
Thanks,
sweet,
BSJ.
quick end, I'd say. You know, at least these kind of games, you don't have to live in them for very long when you're the Radiant squad. I like that they're giving it their all. They're playing it out till the end, but Alchemist, just like any other carry, wants to hit that 6-slotted timing. The difference is he usually gets his 6-slotted timing at 25 minutes into the game rather than 40.
Is a lot of this did it just come down to the snowball effect for the most part? Because we've been harping on the Alk pick, obviously. It seems like a great game for him, but they also just really made the right moves earlier on during the laning phase.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of other things have to go right. It can't just be the Alk. If the Alk himself is the only one with a good game, then you can hold off this initial storm of timings from his items. But the Beastmaster was able to get a lot of towers early. Desire, as well as Indiki, were making so much space. So not only is the Alchemist accelerated, but a lot of the heroes on the Radiant side are delayed. It's just the compounding factors. A lot, well played by everybody. I'm obviously just focusing on Alk because he's the center part of the strategy.
I've been enjoying Desire rolling around in this top lane for a good minute or so, and eventually he runs into Killomancer, and it's one of those situations where he's just gonna let Khan get the last hit.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure his carry got the last hit.
He's been rolling around in that top area for so long. He's just playing with food at this point.
It's really good play by him because he knows when the opponent's this far behind that they have to make some cheeky split pushing plays. We saw it from Nigma earlier, and he's just hunting. He knows if they're trying to come back in the game, they're playing some weird side lane tree shenanigans, and he found them.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Man, they know Taki's here. They're just playing with him now as they do manage to get the pick off. But while this is going on, look at their base. It's just absolutely melting. You don't have Laguna here. You don't have that big burst damage that you need. Be able to buy a little bit more time here for the tower.
There's a random spear. It looked like I was like a metaphor for his feeling of this game. Ochre just, there was the Alk in front of his base, and he just turned around and threw a spear directly left in his base.
Like where I do the Kyle
to
thing,
blink or something.
Where I do like, you know, BSJ, you miss 100% of the spears that you don't throw, or something like that. I can't even keep my face straight doing that. Oh goodness.
Yeah, I can't keep my face straight when I'm quoting Kyle either. It's all good.
They're trying to sweep through their jungle. These Necro books, though. Look at the damage on cancel. Send a Hawk over, try to get a little bit of vision. They're all playing around this area. The teleports are coming out. Khan's ready to go. Luker on the back. Here, Desire will be able to go find the Oracle. To fix the force forward. Stone slowing them down. Roll forward again, plus the unstable concoction. Down goes both of the supports on the side of burjui. Now they just need a creep wave, which they don't have quite yet. So not the most efficient play.
Alchemist will gladly help them out there. Just go hit some creeps to get that creep wave.
Yep.
Solar Crest done. He's got the Swift Blink coming out. One of my favorite items this patch.
Does seem like it went from being kind of hot garbage to being really, really strong.
The fact that you can exceed movement speed limit, I think, was really crucial to making it such a strong item, because these carries, when they're suddenly chasing you at 600 plus movement speed, it's a big difference. That's a like it ulti, effectively.
It's pretty terrifying. And Desire maybe gone a little bit too far, but the rest of the team following up. He is separated completely, though. Now Roar comes out. Can they finish them off? Can they get the kill on Uker over here on the side? Not quite yet. Runic, though, doing some big hits. LSA comes out. They managed to take down Uker. They're going after the Oracle. Down he goes. Cancel. He's already popped the BKB. Runic, he's been killed once. Is just trying to crawl back into the base. Taki's courier is going to go down, and we're going to see Autofix. He buys back. They're going a little bit too YOLO ham sandwich over here in this bottom lane, because there are still buildings up, guys, but they do pick up the Swift Blink. Aegis just expired. I think maybe they'll chill a little bit. What do you think?
I think they need to get one more kill, gain one more 1,000 net worth lead, and they'll be up 29k with 29 kills at 29 minutes. That's what I want to see right now.
I'm sensing a theme. I like it.
I do like themes. I like numerical themes. It's a pastime of mine.
So today I learned. They do have to be careful here, though. Roll 4 jumping out over here onto the Lina. Immediately the Yules comes out. We'll be able to follow up with the Chains of Force Staff, though, pushing down over to the low ground, but it doesn't matter because Khan finds a kill on Cancel. He's chasing after Uker now. Can they finish off the Mars? Yes, they will. Runic trying to run back in. He does not have the reincarnation up. Luckily, Outofix should be able to keep him alive a little bit longer. He's going to need some more healing, though, to stay alive. So he's trying to man-fight here against on the side. Uker, he's back up again. He's got the arena. He's trying to buy a little bit more space, but he can't save his Wraith King, who's down now. No buyback available on him. As Uker goes down, Outofix goes down, the GG gets called. It looks like this Elk pick really paid off.